girl almost drowned in her sleep because these four guys decided to pull one of the most savage prank on their teacher for failing them in all of her classes. So while she was asleep, they used a clear seal paper to wrap around her upper body and her legs. The teacher couldn't feel a thing because she is a heavy sleeper. So the guys decided to not only wrap her body with one layer, but they wrapped her body with multiple layers, making sure it's tight and she can't leave because she is a trained Navy SEAL soldier. Even people around the beach noticed the bizarre prank, but that didn't stop the guys from taking revenge on their teacher, because what happens later in the video will shock you. They realized that 2 layers wouldn't hold the teacher because she is also a weightlifter, Olympic gold medalist. So they had to make sure to use multiple layers and cover the whole body, so when the prank goes down, she wouldn't be able to move an inch. They literally spent the next 5 hours trying to seal her whole body, to the point that even other people at the beach started looking at them. After they were done wrapping her body like a DHL package, the prank doesn't stop here because the guy started drawing on her face, so when she wakes up and walks around, she would get embarrassed by it. He's doing this to get back at her because in class, she used to always say his drawings were really bad and that he would never be as good as Michelangelo. But the guy continued drawing on her face to prove a point that he's indeed a great artist. But because his drawing was so good, it started to draw attention and people were fascinated by the drawing. But the guy had to keep his cool while he's drawing because any tiny movement would wake the teacher up, because she is a light sleeper and a trained Marine. So he was smooth with it and ended up adding more attachments to his drawing. He then took his drawing to another level by bringing out his inner paint, using lipsticks to add colors to her face like a clown. He then started drawing on her forehead, making sure that everyone sees it on her face whenever she walks up to people. He wasn't satisfied with the makeup he did, so he continued to add more details to the makeup. But while he was drawing, the other guys were also up to no good, because what happens next will be the craziest thing in a prank ever. The other guy came sprinting with 2 4-tons of cold water in the bucket to proceed with the prank. So when the guy came, he called for assistance because the bucket was so heavy it needed helping. They then started pouring all the cold water down her face while she was sleeping. The water was freezing cold to the point that she woke up in shock from her sleep. But just when she thought it was over, the prank didn't stop there, because what happens next is hilarious. The guy started laughing so hard and tried pushing her to flip over, but she couldn't move an inch because her whole body was tightly covered in seals.